We had to let go of a dog today, and we did that. I never thought it would be so hard, but I had to deal with a MAGA. I got really emotional when Mia was being released from this world, whatever you want to call it, if there is an afterlife for anyone, whatever. And we did it, and they told us to go out to the car, and they brought Mia to me, and the lady that handed me to her did it in a disrespectful way. I basically had to deal with MAGA having a problem with emotion and people being emotional. You see, the reason I have such a problem with that is because when I was living with my father, his new wife, his two kids with my stepmom, and the daughter that she had when she met my father, the only thing that gave any care about me for the 4 years that I was there with them was a German Shepherd named Dog. When I went to run away once, she tried to stop me. I knew that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to tell me, don't run away. And then everything that was going through my head, I could apply reason why to not run away and why she was behaving the way she was as I was lugging my suitcase, sneaking out of the yard and over the fence. Another time, my father was drinking, and he hit me and he went too far with it, and Dog attacked him. That was 4 years of my life that the only thing that cared about me there didn't view me as a slave, as someone who was there to to weed the garden and tend to the garden, but never eat anything out of it. But the other kids, they could go pick what they want and eat what they wanted when they wanted. And when they got something, I got nothing. And I weeded that garden for years. The dog was the only thing that cared about me there. The other two kids treated me like shit, and Dawn, who was my stepmom's daughter before she got with my father, to make a long story short, she picked me up over her head once, being 6'4", and dropped me on my back on a hill. I couldn't breathe for, it felt like 2 minutes. Yeah, it sucked. So that's what her and our relationship was. So like, this MAGA that handed me the dog when she brought her out to the car, the way she handed me to me was disrespectful. And I could see the problem that MAGA has with emotion. But for 4 years of my life, that dog was the only thing that gave a shit about me. 4 years of my life, the only thing that was in my life that gave a shit about me was a dog named Dog, a German Shepherd. And one time my dad took things too far and she attacked him. He never did it again. He never took it that far again. Ever again. When that happened, I thought, I wish I had a friend in my life that would stick up for me like that all the time. So when I go to a place, because we don't have a choice to let one of our family members pass, and these dogs, they were all family. We were family. You know, MAGA's little problem with emotion is disturbing, because there were 5 humans that I was forced to be around, I was not allowed to communicate with any family members for 2.5 years when I was there. A dog was the only thing that gave a shit about me. A dog. Out of 5 humans. 5 human beings. I didn't deserve that. I was a burden to him. He had a new family. I was his slave. I got hit. There was a piece of paper that I missed doing my chores, which no one else did chores there. There was a 16-year-old, 6 or 7-year-old, and a little kid. And none of them did chores. I did it all. I got up in the morning. My dad wouldn't let me take a shower because I wet the bed. Sent me to school smelling like piss. I got picked on all day by all my peers. Come home, work, be a slave until it got close time for the sun to go down. And then I would be put to bed while the other 3 kids got to stay awake, watch candy, eat popcorn, and all that. I think I've made my point pretty clear that 5 humans in my life, and I was not allowed to talk to any of my family for 2.5 years. The dog was the only thing that gave a shit about me. So when I see MAGA's behavior about emotions and empathy, I see how disturbing that is, because MAGA, that family, those 5 people, MAGA, the dog gave a shit about me. And I was the slave to the 5 MAGA. I was their slave, and they all treated me like shit. A dog is what cared about me. A dog defended me when my father took things way too far. 5 humans didn't give a shit about me. Ages 3, 6, and 16, and they all got older. And Mary and my father. That's 5 humans. 5. And one dog stood up for me while 5 humans abused me and made me their slave. You know, when Dog attacked my father, he was talking about, I know how to leave marks, or I know how to hit you without leaving marks. That's something you should think about. And that's, he went to fucking hit me, and then Dog attacked him when he said that shit. My father was talking about how he's smart and he knows how to not leave marks, and he hit me and Dog attacked him. And that cop that got attacked by his canine, it looked just like that. Exactly the same thing. So 5 MAGA were in my life when I was a kid, and a dog was the only thing that cared about me. Think about that. So MAGA, before you start discriminating against people's emotions, empathy, and getting upset, think about 5 humans abusing another human as a slave, not being allowed to talk to their family for 2.5 years, the other side of the family. And the dog was the only thing that stood up for me the whole time I was there. So you little thing, MAGA, right Christians with empathy and emotion, y'all need to get a grip on reality, because y'all are so emotional that you get violent over people being simply different. I don't know what to tell you all, but what I know is a dog treated me like a human being when 5 other people did not.